So everyone, I'm going to show you how to sharpen a steak knife. Okay, so the stone is the purpose of the stone is to sharpen your knife. Okay, this is the fine side. Okay, this is where you finish it off. Once you, if you want to sharpen your edge, this is where you finish it. A really good, nice and sharp knife. And this is the coarse side, as I mentioned on my other video. Don't use this all the time because it removes a lot of the metal on your knife. Okay, you only use this when you have a shoulder on your knife, but most of the time I use the finer side, nice and smooth. Finish it off with a nice sharp knife. Okay, it's for you to understand. Okay, make sure you have a cloth. Okay, any type of cloth, just to put it underneath the stone, so it won't be moving around. It won't move around. Okay, nice and firm. Okay, so you need to have a nice wet cloth. The whole purpose of the steel, it is not to sharpen your knife, okay, but it is to realign the edge. Okay, edge of your knife is not to sharpen your knife. Okay, that's the whole purpose of the steel. Identify your angle. So this is 90 degrees. This is 45 degrees. So after 45 degrees, a little bit on the 20 degrees, I usually sharpen my knife. So 90, you measure your 90 degrees, 45 degrees, and then slightly find your 20 degrees. Approximately, I love it a little bit more flat on my knife, 20 degrees angle. The whole purpose of the water is to whenever stress the blade while you're sharpening your knife. Okay, your knife on the stone. Make sure this hand is holding the handle. It is controlling it and applying the pressure while you're sharpening your knife. So this hand here, it's on the handle. Okay, and controlling it. See? See? Nice and smooth. This is how I sharpen my knife. You only use this much of your stone. Your stone's going to have a little dent in the middle. Okay, it's going to end up like that. Okay, it's going to be uneven. Okay, that's why I use the whole stone. Okay, don't only use this side or this side or this side or this side. You use the whole stone, flatten the whole stone evenly. Okay, if you only use going to use this side, this is going to make a massive hole or dent in the middle. Okay, that's why it's important to use the whole stone. Okay, another way from the tip, same angle, 20 degrees, approximately 20 degrees. Tip to the heel. Okay, this is another way. My other way doesn't work for you. The tip, plus you hold your hand on the handle, the same thing, same procedure. The tip, see, and then tip to the heel. And you can easily feel your knife is so sharp. Make sure you don't go along your blade because you'll cut yourself. Go against the blade. Same angle. You measure it as you do on your stone. So 90 degrees, 45, and then approximately 20 degrees. Okay, 90 degrees, 45, then approximately 20 degrees. This is another way you can steer your knife. Okay, you can hear that singing sound. Okay, it's whatever works for you guys. Okay, approximately 20 degrees. Knife, make sure it's below the, under the guard of the steel, so when you steel your knife you won't cut yourself. So I'm trying to get a good angle so you can see where. So this is 20 degrees of my knife. Okay, trying to get a good angle. Alright, yeah. Okay, do it nice and slow for you. Bottom to the tip of your knife. See, you're moving your elbow. That's the whole purpose of your forearms. Okay, and then you move the other side. Okay, from the tip, from the bottom to the tip. See, you can hear that singing sound. See, nice and smooth. Cross your chest and like a crossover of your knife. Once you get the hang of it, this is how it's going to look like. See, you can hear that singing sound. See, once you get the hang of it. Once you hear that singing sound, nice and light and smooth. Okay. The more you practice, the better you become.